That's why my boy's been gone? He hurt his back?
Oh, my neck! My back!
His neck? His back?
My neck! My back! My neck! My neck! My neck! My back!
My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack.
In my back!
My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
What's good, Boxing Talk family? It's your boy, Dr. Boxing Talk, back for another YouTube video. Banger, man. Yes, sir. Yes, man. I know what time it is. The doctor's in the house, man. So check this out. So we have news from VASILY Lomachenko and his camp. You know, not him specifically and individually and personally, but we heard from a guy that's, you know, pretty reputable and a pretty solid and dependable guy in this camp. You know, that would be his manager, Egis Klimas. According to Egis Klimas, you know, VASILY Lomachenko, you know, the Matrix has been contemplating retirement, not because he just doesn't want to fight. It's not as simple as that, but it's because he sustained a back injury, you know, while training. And, you know, a lot of people were contemplating if he was just retiring and if he was actually retired, thanks to a parody account that fooled a lot of dummies.
You dumbass.
You know, because they don't want to do their due diligence and see that it was a parody account. They even put it on their profile. But anyway, you know, it's not definitive on whether he'll return, but it's also not definitive that he's going to retire in the imminent future. You know, it's dependent on this MRI and this back scan, you know, and the diagnosis that the doctors give him, you know. So, you know, Egis Klimas even went further to assume that he does come back, you know, who he will be fighting. And a lot of people think he'll be fighting Gervonta Davis, because that was the initial plan. I want to say plan, but that was that is what was under negotiations before, you know, he suddenly was contemplating retirement. You know, that's what Klimas says, and he says he has some other options besides Davis, you know, Gervonta Davis. He also has some options to defend against an IBF contender because he does have the IBF belt. Now, I do think he'll fight Davis, but in my personal opinion, now I don't have any clue on what he'll do, or I don't have any inside sources, but in my personal opinion, I think he will be fighting a Davis, just not Gervonta Davis. I think he'll fight Keyshawn Davis, because Keyshawn Davis, you know, contingent on him beating Denis Berinchyk, who's a Ukrainian countryman of VASILY Lomachenko, you know, the American Keyshawn Davis. If he beats him, well, guess what? He's conveniently on top rank, just like VASILY Lomachenko. So that's an easy fight to facilitate for a unification, and he can still avoid fighting Tank Davis. Not only that, if he does want to go against an IBF contender and not fight Keyshawn Davis, assuming Keyshawn Davis wins, or let's say Keyshawn Davis loses, because, you know, they don't fight their countrymen, then he could potentially fight, you know, some contenders up there like Zawar Abdullaev, you know what I'm saying, Abdullaev, excuse me, or Raymond Muratalla, another guy that's on top rank, you know, who's in the top of the rankings of the IBF. So, you know, he has some options there if he does come back and the MRI does show that he didn't sustain a serious injury. I'm wishing the best for Lomachenko. You know, I would like to see him come back in the unification fight. Ideally, I would like to see him come back and fight Gervonta Davis, but I'd be cool with him fighting Shakur Stevenson, which we know won't happen because he didn't want to fight Shakur Stevenson when Shakur was on top rank. But if he fought him, I'd be cool with that. Or another unification, whether it's a Keyshawn or Berinchyk, or let's just say the winner of Keyshawn Davis and Berinchyk. But obviously, like I said, you know, the Ukrainians are known for not fighting each other, you know, because they're fellow countrymen. So don't expect that fight to happen if Berinchyk comes out as a winner for the WBO title that he has against Keyshawn Davis for that fight in the future, man. You know, and some people were wondering why the IBF has stripped Lomachenko, yes, since he hasn't been fighting since he beat Kambosos in Australia, right? Well, that's your answer, you know, because Egis Klimas has claimed that he notified the IBF to let them know that he sustained an injury. They're not going to strip you because you're injured without giving you the appropriate timeline to recover from your injury. So a lot of us were wondering why the IBF, who's the most strict sanctioning body when it comes to fighting your mandatories or stripping a fighter, or, you know, say they're the first to do so. They adhere to their rules, but that is why he's been able to retain the belt so long while being inactive, man. So hopefully that shed some light on that, man. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comments. Who would you like to see Lomachenko fight in the scenario in which he does return to boxing in the square circle? You know, me personally, I would like to see him fight Tank Davis, but I think he would fight Keyshawn if, you know, saying contingent on Keyshawn Davis beating Denis Berinchyk and being a title holder himself, man. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about that, man. Don't forget to like the video, but most importantly, remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. Happy holidays. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.